Thank you. Oh, I'm thrilled to see you. I wanted to thank you very much for the amazing dating advice you gave me some time back. The dating Abraham style, y'all may remember that, some of you do. And I'm in a great relationship for almost a year now. And just celebrating and using it for reasons to feel good, and wow, really works. So thank you, thank you. I want to get a little bit of clarification on the piece about you're not manifesting the job, so to speak. You're manifesting you in the job. I'm having a little bit of a disconnect on that, if we can just kind of clarify it. Because I see myself in the job, and that's getting clearer. But I want to make sure that I don't have any extraneous stuff in the vibration about it, because the job is the next thing. I've got the boy, I've got the man, now I'm ready for the job.
Well, the point that we are making when we say you are the creator of you, of course, it feels like you're creating the relationship, you're creating the car, you're creating the job, you're creating the house. But what you're really creating is the you within all of that, because you can't separate you and how you feel in any of it. We've been saying for a while that everything that you want is because you believe in the having of it, that you will feel better. And that really speaks to that. So I'm wanting a job, yes, but what else am I wanting? Well, I'm wanting dollars to flow, yes, but what else am I wanting? Well, I'm wanting a sense of stability. I'm wanting a sense of expansion. I'm wanting an opportunity to express. I want co-creation. In other words, it's not just a job. Because long before you were calling it employment or work or even a means of income, there were aspects of what it is that you were putting in there, like the fun of co-creating, or like the fun of interacting, or like the fun of masterminding. Or in other words, there was so much more to this creation before you ever gave it the label of a job. So when we say you are the creator of you are the creator of the way you feel within that. So now we've been hinting around at this all day here today as we talk about when you're looking at something. Oh, here's the best way to describe this. So there is this vibrational reality. You get that, don't you? There's this vibrational reality. That lover of yours was in that vibrational reality before he showed up in what you call your reality. And in fact, keeps improving. In other words, you keep soliciting more and more and more as the details of your relationship keep calling more through you. So you keep asking for more. That's why the relationship is more a year later than it was the day it began. So as you have this reality that you can observe with your physical senses, you can see it, you can measure it in terms of the way people measure everything. What does it look like? What does it sound like? How much money does it provide? There are these objective, tangible, evidential aspects to this physical reality that are sort of intoxicating as physical beings. But and in this vortex that we've been going on and on about, those things aren't true. You can't see it. You can't hear it. You can't smell it or taste it. You can only sense it. You can only feel it. So when we say everything that you want because you think you will feel better in the having of it, now as you're able to find the feeling essence of in other words, as you're looking for a lover, rather than speaking about what he looks like or what he sounds like or how much money he makes, you found that by thinking about how you would feel, you were going for feelings of being loved. You were going for feelings of being in love. You like the feeling of satisfaction. You like the feeling of unity. You like the feeling of oneness. You like the feeling of co-creating. In other words, you you hooked in on the feeling, not tangible, evidential, objective stuff. You hooked in on the feeling of it. So that's what you want to do relative to this job. What's the feeling of the job? Not where is it located or who is involved in it or how much does it pay, but what does it feel like? It feels satisfying. So then you conjure the feeling of satisfaction that is already pulsing within you because of the satisfaction of your relationship and other things in your life. So you fixate on the feeling of satisfaction. What else does it feel like? It feels like expansion. Fixate on that. What does it feel like to have an environment where, in concert with others, you feel your mind firing on all pistons and newer, bigger, better feeling ideas explode as a result of your dynamic interaction there. That's a feeling, you see. So as you use these kinds of thoughts that resonate deep within you as what you focus upon, you stay in the vortex on the subject of this job, where if you try to define where it's going to be, when it's going to come, who's going to be with it, what it's going to be about, those thoughts to which you don't have answers will keep throwing you out of the vortex and can hold you indefinitely, sort of vibrationally separated from the job that exists, that, like our friend who is driving with 13 hawks ready to reveal themselves to her at precisely the same right moment, are there for you. So, are you following this? Your work is to just soothe and love yourself into the vortex by not trying too hard. Most people try so hard to make things happen that they shoot themselves in the foot, hold themselves outside the vortex, and then wonder why things are taking so long. You have the benefit of having done that for a while and then figured out how to no longer do it, and you saw fast results. How long did it take from the time that we had that compelling conversation where you felt things shift and the man of your dreams showed up in your experience?
It was from Boston to, I guess it was spring until June 3rd. That was it. I mean, just a few months.
Really,
but I had to re-listen to the recording a few times to get it.
But what we are getting at is, so you felt it, the inspiration was there, and then you practiced the vibration of the feeling of it, and then in terms of how long it had been taking, it happened really fast, didn't it? And the same thing happens with all things. In other words, the question is, when am I ready to perceive, when am I ready to receive the revelation of what's already there for me? That's the best way of saying it. How do I ready myself for the revelation? Well, how did our friend ready herself for the revelation? Well, she was driving. That helps, because often when you're on the road, you are in a less resistant place. Not always, but often. Listening to the brilliance of the Vortex book helped. Seeing something that was pleasing in the first hawk, and feeling the thrill of it enough that you were looking for another and another and another and another, and it mattering enough that you even began counting it. In other words, it's just a matter of knowing what good feels like, and when you get a piece of it, milking it with an attitude of, and this is the thing that we want all of you to focus on here. As you count your, not blessings, you can call them blessings, but as you count your in the vortexnesses, as you count the successes that always come in the absence of resistance, more of them have to come. As you carry around a list of, well, it worked with this, and it worked with this, and it worked with this. In other words, what you're doing is just goosing up your expectation. You cannot miss on this. In other words, in the last time we had a conversation, and we have to say to you, we know you so in your now, we have no recollection, and we don't need to conjure one about any discussion that we had before, but we can feel as we feel you now. We are certain that the same thing was true then, that there was no question whatsoever about the imminent success of what you are reaching for. And if there were a way that we could just zap you with the knowing that we hold about that, then all of you would move swiftly to the manifestation of the things that you want. But can you feel the circular conversation that we keep having here? We want you to feel it before it comes. We don't want you to feel it to make it come. And when you say, okay, I'll do the process in order to get the results so that I can have a good feeling response to the results, you've put an extra step in that bogs you down and sort of backfires on you. Did you hear that? I'll do the work so that I can get the thing that will make me happy. Just do the work to be happy and never mind the thing. Oh, it's coming, but never mind it. Oh, it's coming, but never mind it. Oh, it's coming, but never mind it. It's the feeling you're going for.
The other thing that's been incredibly helpful is you talk about yesing your way through life, just saying yes. And that is one of the quickest ways to get me into the vortex, is just to look for things to appreciate. Yes. Oh, yes. And it just, boom, it just gets you right there so quickly. It makes all the difference in the world. And basking yourself to sleep, that's the other thing. So I just wanted to thank you for all of those, because they've been instrumental in creating a lot of joy. And I'm excited for more. Happy where I am and ready for more.
Well, it's obvious. As you stand now, we know there's more that you want, and there is so much more coming in terms of manifestation. But as we feel you and as you stand now, you represent that perfect cusp that we are always encouraging you to discover. Because as we began here today, we and nearly every day, we say, are you knowing what you are wanting? And are you appreciating the contrast? Are you in that place where you understand creation and you are eager even in the absence of specific things that you want? And that's the vibrational place that you are standing. And it is precisely the place that you knew would be there for you that made you find the decision to so eagerly come forth. In other words, this is what creative life is about. It's about knowing that there will always be more and not being bummed out about the part that isn't there yet. Knowing that there's always more and feeling exhilaration about the unfolding. And let's emphasize that word. Exhilaration about the unfolding, not the ending place manifestation, the unfolding. Because the unfolding, there's a lot of unfolding that happens before the manifestation. And if you need the manifestation, then you deprive yourself of the unfolding, and then the manifestation can't come. Did you follow that? That was a good way of saying it. There is so much in the unfolding that you'll feel before you can see, that you'll feel before you can smell, that you'll feel before you can hear and taste and touch. There's so much in the unfolding. And so if you're satisfied in the unfolding, then it's inevitable. It has to come. That was really good. Mm-hmm. Very good.